Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, live here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here with Rainer basketball coming your way here this evening from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. The 1-8 Muncie Burris Owls taking on your 8-2 Wapahani Raiders. Glad to have all you with us here this evening for Wapahani Raider basketball. Again, 2 games in 2 nights last night. The Raiders took down the Eastern Hancock Royals by a final of 51-46 to improve to 8-2 on the year. So good things keep going in the direction here for your Wapahani Raiders as we get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame presented by the Muncie Dragway. Again, as I mentioned, Wapahani coming off of a conference victory last night to now improve to 2-0 on their conference season, 8-2 overall. A nice win for us. And really, I mean, throughout the whole entire ball game, we really played a solid game for the most part. Throughout the ball game, I talked about how our shot selection was great, defense was fabulous. We was hitting our free throws, we was creating turnovers on the defensive end, and then we was taking really good care of the ball. I think we ended up having 7 turnovers last night. The bad parts was just simply we couldn't hit a shot to save our life nearly. And it wasn't necessarily anybody's fault. It's just part of it, just things weren't going down for us. But we kept chugging along and kept fighting and ended up coming in here and getting a very, very good win last night. So now you move on from that, come into tonight's game where you're playing against a Muncie Burris team that, as I said, they're 1-8, but don't take the record for granted. You got to still come out here and play your A game, and hopefully they'll be a lot more successful from an offensive standpoint than what we were last night. Still bring the defensive intensity, still got to bring that, creating turnovers, again, deflecting passes, contesting shots, anything we can do to distract the opponent's offense to where you can't really find much rhythm or any kind of momentum or confidence for themselves, then obviously you're doing their job. But hopefully that will then translate into some points on the offensive end. And we moved the ball very well last night. Like I said, we only had 7 turnovers, so we did all the necessary things. We took care of nearly every facet of the game. We just we couldn't knock down our shots. So hopefully our luck will change from that. We'll come in tonight kind of rejuvenated and continue to get back after it. Free throws, like I said last night, is always a big key for me. We took care of business there at the line. Kind of struggled a little bit late in the game, but still for the most part, I think we ended up finishing 20 for 27, good for 74%. So we did a solid job. Now you come into tonight's game with that confidence, with that little extra pep in your step coming off a win last night, and use that to build even more confidence here tonight. Build off of what you did last night and do even better here this evening. And, you got a nice home crowd to really look after here this evening, which is great. It's just another night that you get to enjoy the game you love to play. So, obviously, next week is a big week for us. We got county week next week for both the boys and girls basketball teams. So if you want a little bit of momentum going into that as well, that's something to always definitely think about. But really from there, like I said, you just take care of business here tonight, play the game the right way, play together, and hopefully great things will happen for us. But Muncie Burris, their average here on the season, their offense is very good. The defense has a little bit to be desired. 55.2 points they average per game on the offensive end. They allow 66.7. That is never a good thing when you're on the flip side of things, when it should be 66.7 when you should be scoring and only allowing 55. But unfortunately, they're on the other side. Wapahani here on the overall average 63 points scored per game and allow 56.5. So, again, first and foremost, just got to have a great defensive effort here tonight. Be able to do the little things correctly, and hopefully the rest of it will work itself out. But be confident in your shot. Know that, when you take that shot, you're going to be able to come out here and knock it down and move on to bigger and better things from there. But We're looking forward to another fine evening of Raider basketball here on the WHS Network. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us. This has been the Raiders Live pregame presented by the Muncie Dragway. We got the national anthem, the starting lineups, and then tip-off for tonight's game again between the 1-8 Muncie Burris Owls and the 8-2 Wapahani Raiders. We'll be back with more right after this break.
Remove your hats and join the Raider Band in the playing of our national anthem.
All righty, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look here at tonight's starting lineups. First, the starters here for the Muncie Burris Owls. Number 5, Jackson Adamowitz. Number 11, Javon Nixon. Number 13, Bracken Carnes. Number 15, Grant Jones. As well as number 24, Jalen Kring. The Muncie Burris Owls coached by Mr. Joseph Anderson, assisted by Dwayne Clemens, Mike White, and Levi DeHaven. Now we'll take a look here at the non-starters for your Wapahani Raiders.
Raider fans, are you ready?
Number 2, Safani Buck. Number 4, Justin Ray. As well as number 20, Caleb Smith. Number 24, Blake Castor. Number 32, Easton Etherman. And number 42, Nolan Dudley. Now for the starters. Starting at one guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Trey Spence. Starting at another guard, a 5'7" junior, number 10, Evan Roush. At guard, guard, starting at 6 foot, a junior, number 12, Drew Luce. Starting at another guard, a 5'10" senior, number 15, Garrett Stanley. And starting at forward, a 6'4" junior, number 22, Braxton Davis. The Raiders coached by Mr. Matt Luce, assisted by Chris Willis, and at Somerset, as well as Jeff Andrews and Andy Zickgraff. So that's tonight's starting lineup slide here on the WHS Network. We got tip-off coming up right back here from Raider Gymnasium right after this break. Folks, Raider Basketball Live here on the WHS Network. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius here with the play-by-play call as usual. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, as we're all set and ready to go here for tonight's Saturday night action. Again, here from Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana, we have Davis for Wapahani, Jones for Burris tipping things off, and the Raiders will start off with the first possession of the night. So Garrett Stanley leading the way here for Wapahani. Hopefully we'll have a little bit better of an offensive night here for ourselves from a shooting standpoint than what we did last night. Again, moved the ball really well, as that will end up in a turnover for the first turnover here of the night for the Raiders. So now we'll have number 11, Javon Nixon, passing it down low, deflected out of bounds, and that's going to be off the hand of Grant Jones. So Muncie Burris, and the continuing on the giving season, gives us the ball right back. Stanley finds Trey Spence back over there to him. Little rocking and rolling, wheeling and dealing, as Spence can't get the bucket to go. And now the over-the-back foul called on number 22, Braxton Davis. That will be his first, team's first of the half. Dixon being guarded there by Rouse. Shots up, no good. Trey Spence corrals the rebound. First rebound of the night here for Wapahani. Roush back up top. Spence looks to take it inside, but dishes it over to Luce as that's deflected out of bounds. So the Raiders retain possession here with 6:57 to go here in the first quarter. Got a pretty decent crowd out here this evening from Raider Gymnasium. Those of you that were unable to attend that are watching us here tonight, we appreciate you for joining us. Loose from beyond the arc, off the front iron, no good. And here comes Dixon as, he looks to have been stepped out of bounds. So second turnover now for Burris. Stanley back over here to Spence. Now Roush in the corner, three-pointer up. No good. Luce comes down with the rebound and a foul here on the play. This will be on Muncie Burris, number 5, Jackson Adowitz. Will be his first, team's first. Luce for three in the corner. Knocks that one down. So the Raiders get on the board for the first time of the night, as they now lead at 3-0. Jones with a handoff here to Carnes. Shots up, no good. Battle for the basketball. Luce comes away with it, his second rebound. Luce now pulls the trigger from beyond the arc, no good. And out of bounds, and Muncie Burris will take possession. Having a little bit of trouble here with our internet here this evening. That's why some of the video has been a little choppy here in the early goings. Usually we haven't had that problem, but the internet not up to par here this evening for whatever reason. So then that affects our video capabilities, as that 2-point bucket will be up and good there for Adamowitz. Stanley here on the left wing. Finds Roush in the corner, 3-pointer up, and make that one a splash for 3. A big shot there by Evan to put the Raiders up by 4. Under 5.5 to play here in the first. Shots up, no good. Loose with rebound number 3 of the night. Swung back into the corner. Roush will find Stanley all the way back up top. Now to Loose. Looking to pass it to the corner, but there's nobody there. Stanley takes it, dishes it down low to Davis. Can't finish underneath. And back come the Burris Owls the other way. Getting the Raiders up by 4. Dixon will find Adamowitz here on the right side. Now swung back up top to Jones. He looks to take it inside. Nice help side defense there from Davis. Jones now for 2 and knocks it down. First points of the night there for Grant Jones. Stanley thought about it. Now Spence over to Roush. Gotta love that right there. Spence obviously recognizing there's a little bit too much room there in the middle. Executes that and goes up with a shot and gets fouled. So Spence will head to the line for 2 shots. Foul called on number 15, Grant Jones, his first. Team's second. And the first free throw attempt will be up and good. So first point of the night there for Trey. And a second one up and good as well. Nicely done. So the Raiders back here with a 4-point cushion. And no good on the shot. Loose rips that rebound down. Back into the corner there. Spence thought about it now to Roush. 3-pointer up and knocks it down from downtown. Evan Roush strikes again, a second 3 of the night. And the Raiders have got it rolling here in the last few possessions. Jones nearly traveled there, pass back outside here to Adamowitz. He'll take the 3. Off the mark there. Davis corrals the first rebound of the night there for himself. Loose takes it in, dishes it back to Roush once again. Good ball movement there by the Raiders. Stanley finds Loose. 3-pointer up. 3-pointer down. So already a much hotter start here for the Raiders than last night. Now 4 threes in the ball game. Roush with 2, Loose with 2. And Jones with the bucket and the foul called on the play. And the foul will be called on Raider number 10, Evan Roush. That'll be his first, team second. As we will see number 24, Jalen Kring back in here for Muncie Burris. And in here for the Raiders will be 3 fresh legs there, and Safani Buck, Caleb Smith, and Easton Heffernan. And a free throw rims out, no good. As Kring will come away with a rebound. And a foul on number 20, Caleb Smith, his first, team's third. Right there, just a mental lapse right there. Not blocking out, not getting the rebound. Got to look past it and get back after it the next time around. So Kring at the line, shooting 2. And the first one will be up and no good. Subbing in now for the Owls, number 25, Alex Haley, whatever it might be there, or even Hawley, I guess. So if I'm mispronunciating it there, I do apologize. And the second one will be up and good now, making a 14-7 lead. First point of the night there for Jalen Kring. Roush from deep. No good on the shot. And we'll see number 11, Dixon, corral the rebound there for the Owls as they head back the other way. Dumps it down low. Kring looking to go to work, and Roush just takes it right away from him. And a couple of opportunities. But Muncie Burris ends up sticking with the possession. Adamowitz will knock down the three. So just like that, what was a 10-point lead now down to 4. And ends up in the hands there of number 13, Carnes, and the layup now up and good. Stanley over here to Roush, now to Smith. Like to see us a little bit more aggressive there. Roush for 3, and he knocks it down and 1. So the hot hand of Evan Roush, now 9 points here on the night. Trey Spence re-enters the Raider lineup. And Evan will head to the free throw line for one more to complete the 4-point play. And a free throw will be up and good. Fantastic job. Now 10 points now for Evan. Back here to a 6-point lead here for the Raiders. Dixon dribbles it over here to the right side. Trying to get a double screen there, but nothing going for him. Nice defense there from Heffernan to pick up the turnover. Give him now 3 here on the night. Roush back up top to Spence. Smith there in the middle. There's Safani. Wouldn't sleep on him, I'll tell you that much. He can knock down a shot here or there. Roush again from downtown, rims out, no good. Good shot, just didn't fall. Nice hands there from Roush, getting a hand in there on it, and Muncie Burris wasted all that time only to throw it out of bounds. 4th turnover now of the night. We'll see Luce and Davis back in. And shots up, no good, so that will be the end of the first quarter. The Raiders lead the Owls 18-12 after 1. Step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with the start of the second quarter live on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here live on the WHS Network here for the Stoops Automotive Group game break. As we head to the start of the second quarter, Wapahani here with an 18-12 lead. Muncie Burris will start off with the basketball to open up the second quarter. Highly competitive first quarter of action there. The Raiders striking for 5 threes, so nearly all of their points came from beyond the arc so far here this evening. Creating a turnover there, Spence for 2 gets fouled on the play. 5 turnovers now for the Owls here in the first half. As foul ball number 15, Grant Jones, his second, team's third.
His second team's fourth. Trey Spence in line for the Raiders. Shooting repair.
First free throw attempt will be up and good here for Trey. So 3 points now for him tonight. Javon Dixon back in here for Muncie Burris. Second free throw attempt here by Trey will be up and good. Nicely done. Once again, 4 points now for Trey on the night, and the Raiders back here with an 8-point lead. Definitely can't allow that to happen. Dixon got in there nearly untouched. And a jump ball possession arrow does favor Wapahani. So we'll see Garrett Stanley back in here for Evan Roush. Nice take there by Stanley. Finds loose shots up. No good. Tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Raiders. So nice try there by Trey, but unfortunately couldn't get the bucket to go. Again here as the Raiders lead it here 20-12. Adam Woods was looking to find Haley there, but couldn't get him open. Dixon nearly runs into his own player. Now swung back over here. Look at the defense there from Safani Buck. Great denial right there. Adam Witz back up top. Davis doing a solid job on Kring there in the post. Three-pointer up, off the mark there, off the hands there of Luce. Kring with a shot for 2, no good. And out of bounds. And they're going to say it was out of bounds off of Allenwoods. So it will be Raider basketball. And we do apologize, our video malfunctioning here and there. Sometimes the internet has been kind of hit and miss out here this evening for whatever reason. So that's the reason why we're having some issues there. But Drew Luce with a three-point basket there. Now 9 points on the night here for Drew, and the Raiders now with an 11-point lead. And now the three-pointer up and good for Bracken Carnes. Luce takes it in, and now blocking foul called here on Jalen Kring. That will be his first, team's fifth. Number 23, James Roysden, now in here for Muncie Burris. Wide open, Evan Roush, no good. Stanley with the rebound. And now he'll take a three-pointer of his own, no good. Smith comes down with a strong rebound, and a loose ball will end up in the direction of Muncie Burris. Carnes with another deep three. Somehow gets it to go. Stanley swung back over here to Roush. Smith now looking to drive baseline, passes back over. Roush back to Smith, and an open Davis down low, some contact. Getting after it down low, those Braxton. So continuing to go to work down low. It's been a tough go of things on the offensive end and on defensive end here as well. Really has had to work his tail off for just about everything so far this evening. So the foul there on Roysden, his first, team sixth, as Braxton knocks down the first of two towards his first point of the night. Second free throw attempt will be up and goes well. Nice job there by Braxton. Heffernan back in here for Davis. Great defense there from Smith. Shots up, no good. Got to get the rebound, and Smith tips it back out. Adamowitz for two, no good. Loose with the rebound. 5 of them now on the night. Down court, Roush in the corner for 3. Off the mark there. Here come the Owls running and gunning. Pass back out here to Javon Dixon. A near turnover there. Heffernan getting on the floor. Getting after it as usual. So the jump ball possession does favor Wapahani. Turnover number 7 now for Muncie Burris. As Kring will come back in here for the Owls, and Spence back in here for the Raiders. Trying again here. Spence looked to have been hit in the face. No call. Loose now for 2. Tickles the twine. So Drew now with 11 points. The Raiders back up by 9. Just got to continue to get defensive stops first and foremost. Another deep 3. And we're going to have a timeout taken here by the Raiders. We got 3:35 to play here in the first half. So this will be their first charge timeout of the evening. We'll step aside here during the timeout. We'll be back after this. Welcome back after the timeout. Again, the Raiders up by 6 points after the latest 3 there from the 25, Alex Hawley or Haley. I'm just going to go with Haley. That just sounds, it makes more sense, I guess, than Hawley. But if I got that wrong, then I'm sorry. Nevertheless, the Raiders looking to put some more points on the board here in this possession. The Muncie Burris Owls just won't go away. Loose from downtown, rims out, no good. Smith with another hard rebound. Now back outside again. Spence now from the free throw line. Rolls in and out, no good. So the foul here on number 20. Caleb Smith is second. Team's 4. So the three-pointer up and good by number 10, which is not on our roster sheet. Spence thought about it. Now Heffernan in the corner for 3. I'll tell you what, you want to talk about an underrated player. I mean, the guy goes out there, you know, you don't necessarily need him to go out there and score you 20 points every game. But man, his defense is superb. And he can knock down shots, you know, whether it be inside or outside shots. A deep 3 there. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, these little circa Steph and Curry 3s are just like little drops in the bucket for them. I mean, they can just shoot these things left and right. I mean, you know, really in all honesty, who's going to go out and guard a shot that's nearly at the volleyball 10-foot line? Probably not going to happen. You're not going to be heavily guarding somebody because more times than not, you're not going to have somebody hit a shot from all the way out there. But goodness gracious. So the foul here on Smith will be now his 3rd, team's 5th. So you have, let's see, Stanley, Davis, and I think Roush might have just came back into the game. Not sure about that. Stanley with the second rebound of the game there for himself. Dumps it down low. And a traveling violation called on the Raiders. Now their 4th turnover here of the night. We're going to have to start picking it up on defense, I guess. Got to start bringing the intensity. Got to get up on everything. Got to call out everything, call out screens. Got to be in help side defense. Anything and everything. Off the mark there. Nice defensive stand. So Davis with another rebound. His 3rd now of the night. We do have a reach-in foul called. It's going to be on number 11, Javon Dixon. It'll be his 1st, team's 7th. So now the Raiders in the bonus. So Davis at the line for the 1-and-1. And the first one will be up and good. Drew Luce returns to the Raider lineup here for Safani Buck. Second free throw attempt will be up and good as well. Nicely done there by Braxton. So the Raiders currently are 9 for 9 from the free throw line here in the first half. That is a great job. Off the mark there. Another loose ball, and he stepped out of bounds. All right, so thank you very much. There are 8 turnovers now on Muncie Burris. Oh, my goodness sakes. So it is not a turnover. They said that the guy called timeout. All right, so timeout taken here by Muncie Burris. We'll be back right after timeout. Alrighty, so the timeout over with. It is Muncie Burris basketball. Oh, that worked out real well for him.
What you get?
So he throws it off a Roush and ends up coming back and hitting himself with it. Tough break there for the Owls. Stanley here on the right side. Swung back up top, loose. Davis with a screen. Again, really no necessary reason to be in any kind of hurry here, as we'll have a blocking foul on number 25. At least I'm assuming. So number 25, Alex Haley, will pick up his second. Team's 8th. So Stanley at the line for the 1-and-1. And the first one will be up and good. And the second one up and good as well. So far, so good. A perfect 11 for 11 from the charity stripe here by the Raiders here in the first half. Now we just got to play lockdown defense, and that's not what happens. And so that will end the first half. A 34-29 lead here for your Wapahani Raiders. Step aside here for a break, and we'll be back with our halftime report live on the WHS Network.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Hey folks, welcome back here with the Stoops Automotive Group game break at the half. We're being treated to a nice halftime show here. Not sure what this young lady's name is, but she is a twirler that goes around the state of Indiana and all over the country. And very, very good. I'll tell you what, I don't even have anywhere close to the hand and eye coordination to be able to do what she does, but nevertheless, the Raiders up 34-29 here at the half. I don't know, kind of mixed emotions about that first half for us. Burris, I think we left them open quite a few different times for some open three-point shots. But yet again, most of their shots are from, way outside. You're not probably going to be covering someone so heavily. As far as, if you take a look there at the white line, you got the three-point line and then the white line on the court, which that's a 10-foot volleyball line. More times than not, you're probably not going to be face guarding someone all the way out there to where they can't take a shot. Because most of the time you're not going to see people, most of the time you're not going to see guys taking shots all the way out there. that is very deep. But they're taking them and they're knocking them down. So now that's going to drag our defense a little bit further out. And we've got to guard that much better here in the second half. They've had way too many opportunities. And we've left some points out there. We have, but really I think for the most part our offense has been much better here this evening. We're still, we're for the most part taking very good care of the basketball. We only had 4 first half turnovers. We're 11 of 11 from the free throw line, which is fabulous. I would like to see us continue to work the ball inside. Don't run away from that. We've had some nice outside shots. We've hit 7 threes here in the first half. So 21 of our 34 points have come from beyond the arc. But don't be complacent. Continue to be aggressive. Take the ball to the hole and force them to foul you. Force them to foul you. And then go to the line, knock down the free throws. That's why they call them free throws. Those are free points. You gotta hit them, and so far so good for us. But just got to continue to be aggressive on offense and defense. I would like to see us pick up the intensity. Like I said, I don't know if I'd necessarily say that we've done just a terrible job, because we haven't. But we've left some guys a little too open. Again, our post presence on the inside defensively has been great again tonight. We are not allowing nearly anybody inside the paint area. Yeah, there's been a few times, but really not much of a presence whatsoever on the post. It's mostly three-point shots. This has been a three-point kind of game. So we've got to guard the perimeter better, take away the three-point shot, and then if they look to drive, then someone's got to be on the help side. That's why they say help the helper. It's just next man in line, so we've got to do our job on the defensive end first and foremost, and then worry about offense secondly, because we have the team to be able to go out there and put up a lot of points. We didn't shoot very well last night. I think we've shot better here tonight. We've had great shot selection, so yet again, we're taking good shots. We're moving the ball well. We're complimenting one another. Now it's just on the defensive end. And 29 points given up necessarily isn't bad. It's just these are three-point shots where you've got to get out on these shooters. So hopefully we'll look to do that here in the second half and continue to push them on the offensive end. We've done a nice job. We just got to continue that here in half number 2 and move on to bigger and better things. But it's definitely been a very interesting and intriguing ball game. Now we've just kind of come out here and put it to them. Put it to them here in the second half. And see, make sure that everybody knows what Wapahani Raider basketball is all about. That's what it comes down to. So, folks, we have roughly about 3 minutes now to go. And we'll have a little bit more halftime report coming up. We'll be talking about the Delaware County Tournament coming up next week as well, so stay tuned in that with the finishing comments on our halftime report right after the break. Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Payne in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. Alrighty, folks, back here to wrap things up on our halftime report. Just got to keep it simple. Do the basics correctly. Bring the intensity on the defensive end. Keep doing what you're doing on the offensive end. Might want to continue to attack the basket more to kind of force the defense's hand. That's going to open up a lot more opportunities, I think, for us. So you look to dribble and drive, or you'll find a way to get it inside somehow. But like I said, that's only going to complement your outside game if you can find that post presence on the inside in the post area. So we can do that along with playing lockdown defense, continuing to hit our free throws and rebounding, creating turnovers, basically doing every facet of the game correctly. I think as long as we do that here in the second half, shouldn't run into too many problems here for us. But still a very close ball game here. You got a 5-point game. You got to respect the other team. And Muncie Burris, got to give them a lot of credit. They've played a good game here so far. But Wapahani's got to start playing better. So we'll see what happens here in half number 2. We'll be back right after this break. Alrighty, folks, again, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy as we are geared up for the start of the second half. The Muncie Burris Owls will begin things down by 5. And a basket underneath there by number 15, Grant Jones, to open up the start of the second half here for Muncie Burris. Stanley swung on over here to Trey Spence back there. To him now, loose on the right side. Spence thought about it, looks to drive baseline, shot up along the baseline, no good. And off the mark there was Adamowitz. Roush his first rebound here of the night. Again, Luce led the way here in the first half, 11 points. Roush with 10. Followed there by Spence and Davis with 4 points each. Heffernan with 3 and Garrett Stanley with 2. So that was the scoring there for the Raiders in the first half. Shots off the mark there. Davis with the rebound. Rebound number 4 on the night for him. Roush in a corner, three-pointer up and good from downtown. Evan Roush now with 13 points on the night. Shots off the mark. Roush with another rebound, now number 2 on the night. Here's Stanley. He'll find Spence in the corner, now back over to Roush. Tell you what, we'd really like to see Davis start to get more acclimated into the game plan here. Loose here for 3, knocks it down. Nice shot there from Drew, now 14 points on the night for him. And we'll have a blocking foul called on number 10, Evan Roush. That will be his second, team's first of the half. So number 11, Javon Dixon, will be at the line for 2. First free throw will be up and good. 25, Alex Haley back in for the Owls. Second one up, no good. So Davis, rebound number 5. Stanley back to Davis. He'll take the 3. Off the mark there. Another loose ball. Spence getting on the floor, and that's going to be out of bounds off of the outs. Great job there by Trey getting on the floor. Not afraid to, I guess, somewhat get dirty, if you will. It's always nice to get those hustle points. People don't talk enough about it. Spence at the top, finds Stanley here on the left side. Nice little curl and 2 points there for Drew Luce. Nice screen set there on the backside to find an open Luce down low. 16 points now for him and the Raiders back here to a 10-point lead. We got to keep putting tons of pressure on them right here. Got to keep getting after it. Adamowitz will take the 3, knocks it down. Luce again with a Trey, no good. But speaking of Trey, got the rebound, no good on the putback. Yeah, got to get all the way out there on him. Don't give him any kind of breathing room. That was great defense there from Stanley. He got away with the travel there for sure. So Kring for 2. Makes it now a 5-point lead. Roush for 3 again and again. Roush is money. 5 threes now on the night. Gives him 16 points. And Stanley will have a brief pause in the action to tie a shoe. So we'll have Heffernan back in. He'll come in there for Trey Spence. Trey putting together a real nice game here for himself. 4 points, 2 rebounds. Jones back over here to Dixon. Nice denial there by Heffernan. So Easton will pick up his first, team second, as number 13, Bracken Carnes, will return to action for the Owls. Got an 8-point lead here, 3:18 to play here in the third quarter. Post feed down low, shots up and good. Davis outside here to Roush. Now Heffernan looking to drive baseline back outside. Stanley takes it in, shots up and good. Guess we got a little payback right there. Grant Jones strikes for another 2, his 8th point on the night. Roush again for 3. No good. A loose ball. Who wants it? Heffernan, of course, right there, will come up with the rebound. Loose, no good. And we'll see number 13, Carnes, collect the rebound. Foul here on number 10, Evan Roush, his third. Team's third. We'll see Smith and Buck back in for Wapahani. Royston and Dixon back in for Burris. Dixon over here to Adamowitz, guarded heavily there from Stanley. That's about right where you want to be right there. So another foul on the Raiders. So before the shot, foul is going to be on number 15, Garrett Stanley is first. Team's fourth. Adamowitz gets the bucket to go. 47-43, minute and a half to play here in the third. Loose for three, no good. Rebounded there by Royston. Oh, look at Safani Buck. The only man down there, and picks up the steal, and then we get it taken right away from us. No good on the shot. Buck with a rebound. First one of the night there for him. And we'll see Spence and Roush back in. Smith finds Heffernan. Back to Roush once again, 40 seconds to go. Heffernan in the corner for three, no good. And here comes Dixon, leading the way here for the Owls. And another deep three. Surprised he didn't hit that one. Another loose ball. Spence getting on the ground. The jump ball possession favors Wapahani. Great action there by Trey. So Stanley will come back in for Safani Buck. And Smith with the put in. Nice pass there from Stanley, and the shot's off the mark. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So Wapahani holding on to a 6-point lead here at the end of 3, 49-43. We'll be back here at the start of the fourth, live on the WHS Network. Folks, here we are, Stoops Automotive Gate and Break as we enter the fourth quarter. Wapahani here with a 49-43 lead. So this is what it all comes down to right here, the fourth quarter. It's definitely been a close one throughout. Muncie Burris has hung right in there. Got to give them a ton of credit. The Raiders have had their lead, I think, up to as much as 11 points. But Muncie Burris finds a way. And traveling violation called on Muncie Burris. Their fourth turnover here in the second half, 12 for the ball game. As Jones will come back into the Owls lineup. Stanley here up top. We got Stanley, Spence, Roush, Smith, and Heffernan. Spence near the free throw line, up, no good. And a jump ball there, nice job there by Smith. You get a hand in on the action. Stanley up top here, Roush for three, no good. Royston with the rebound. And here come the Owls again, down by 6. You have Haley up top. Losing a handle on it, creating a turnover there, and he'll be fouled on the play as Evan Roush. And so that'll be on number 25, Alex Haley, his third. Team's first of the half. Smith swings it over here to Stanley. Finds Smith down low and fouled on the play. Another well-placed ball there by Garrett. Nice hands there from Caleb to not only receive the pass, but be able to go up for it. As the foul be on number 23, James Royston, his second, team second of the half. So this will be the first free throws here in the second half for Wapahani. Again, I think in large part because we haven't been nearly as aggressive in taking the ball to the hole. And we actually just missed our first free throw of the game, too, so a lot of firsts, I guess. So we started out 11 for 11. Hopefully Smith can knock this one down. And it will be up and good. So, hey, we'll take that. You're entitled to miss one every now and again, I suppose. He's having a good night here for himself. Caleb now with 3 points. Also 3 rebounds, played great defense coming off the bench. Look at the hustle there from Stanley corralling the rebound. Finds Spence for 2. Oh, yes! So Spence will head to the line for one more. The foul on number 25, Alex Haley, now his fourth. Team's third. So again, Spence at the line to put the Raiders up here by 10. And the free throw will be up and off the back iron, no good. I will claim credit for that one. The old broadcasting jinx worked, unfortunately, this time around. For heaven's sakes. I guess that I should know after all these years. 8 years now have been on the broadcast. I should have known not to say anything about anything right there. So the foul here on Evan Roush, now his fourth. Team's fifth. And back in, we'll see Drew Luce in here for Evan Roush. Tell you what, Evan has had a real nice game here for himself. 16 points on the night, also a pair of rebounds. Dixon over here to Carnes. Nice defense from Spence. Staying right there with his man the whole way through. And that's a 5-second call. Garrett Stanley. Obviously making the offensive player more worried than what the defensive player was right there. And had him so worried that he forgot all about the count that he had on him, and we'll have a timeout taken here by Wapahani. This will be their second charged timeout of the night with a 52-43 lead with 5:18 to play in regulation. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Tom Terry Mufflers, located at 321 West 8th Street in Muncie, Indiana. Since 1946, Tom Terry Mufflers has taken care of your exhaust, brake, shocks, struts, and mufflers. So if you want the underneath of your vehicle to be looked at, make sure to stop on in there at Tom Terry Mufflers. No appointment needed. They'll hear you coming. Also, special thanks to the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, President Richard Morris. Liberty Perry Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. So back out of the timeout, Wapahani again up by 9 points as we near the 5-minute mark left to play here in regulation. Loose in her corner, takes it, now finds Safani Buck. Now to Spence here on the right side. So he'll take it in, and that, again, that's what you want to see. The dribble and drive. You go somewhere with the basketball, go towards the basket. I don't think we've done that nearly enough. But, we've still had a lot of success here tonight. But, force the issue. Force the hand of the defense. And another foul here on number 5, Adamowitz. So that will now be his third, team's 5th. Inbounded to Buck, now back outside to Spence. Oh, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Burris. Thought for a second Adamowitz was going to get to that one to possibly save the basketball. But again, Raider ball here with 4:47 to play. Loose to inbound. Had a little perspiration there on the floor. So the referee working double duty here tonight. Referee in the game and also the janitor. For goodness sakes. Tell you what, you're nearly going to take the paint off the floor. You're wiping that so hard there. All righty. The foul there on Adamowitz. Things, I guess, are becoming a little bit more interesting, I guess. I don't know. All right. So Trey Spence at the line, shooting 2. And the first one will be up and good. Second free throw attempt up and off the mark, no good. Dump down low, Roysden for 2. We've got to pick that up defensively. Unfortunate defensive possession there, but hopefully we put some more points up on the board here offensively on this end. Look at that. Nicely done there by Spence. Unable to get the bucket to go. But we do have a over-the-back foul called here on Raider number 22, Braxton Davis. That will be his second, team 6th. And they're going to get him with the carry. Carried the basketball there. Now 8 turnovers, 16 now for the game. Four minutes to go. Wapahani up by 8. And a loose ball, and the Raiders will turn it over. Only their 7th turnover of the night. And now an illegal screen will be called here on number 24, Jalen Crane, excuse me. So that will be his 2nd. Team 7th, so now the Raiders in the bonus. And now we have a technical foul called on Crane. So now that will be his 3rd. Team's 8th. So the Raiders will shoot 2 and get the ball. And so the first one will be up and good there for Drew. So I guess there's a little dispute there down at the scores desk. Not sure what the dispute is. All right, so I guess during the brief pause in the action, again, we would like to thank more of our sponsors here this evening, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investment properties. We get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143, and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. Again, that is FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. So now, on to the 2nd technical free throw, and off the mark there for loose. So I'm still not exactly 100% sure what was being discussed down there at the scores table. Nevertheless, there's 3:34 to play. The Raiders up by 9. Just got to keep fighting here. Keep chipping away. And keep knocking down some free throws here. Now it's foul on number 11, Javon Dixon, his 2nd. Team's 9th. So we'll have Stanley up the line here for the 1-and-1. And this is where we've got to take care of business right here. So the first one will be up and off the mark, no good. Same thing happened last night for whatever reason. We were shooting really good from the free throw line, and then things just kind of fell off for us. I don't know if it's just a lack of focus or what. The foul called on number 22, Braxton Davis, will be his 3rd, team 7th. So now Burris in the bonus. And number 15, Grant Jones, will be at the line for the 1-and-1. And hit nearly every part of the rim, no good. As Luce collects rebound number 6 on the night. And a reach-in foul. Number 15, Grant Jones, now his 3rd. Team's 10th. So Spence at the charity stripe shooting 2. So the first one will be up and good. And now a timeout taken here by Burris. Second charge timeout of the night. We'll take a timeout here with them. The Raiders up by 10 here with 3:13 to play in the fourth. We'll be back right after the break.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, folks, again, Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Back here following the timeout. Again, Trey Spence at the line here for one more. And he just knocked down the first free throw to put us up by 10. Now the second one from Trey will be up and good as well. Nicely done. Adam Woods here on the right side. Top here, Dixon. Back to Adam Woods once again, takes it in. Not bad defense there from Garrett. Just got a little bit of too much hand in there, so Garrett will pick up his second, team's 8th. And Adam Woods will be at the line shooting 2. Knocks down the first one. Number 13, Bracken Carnes back in here for the Owls. Second one no good. Bounced right back to him. Gets his own rebound again. Now another loose ball. Jones up for 2 and good. And that's just from the lack of just blocking out right there. Spence into the corner. Smith for 3 off the mark. Davis with the rebound. Now back outside. Stanley resets the Raiders offense here with a hair over 2 minutes to play. Dump down low. Davis for 2. Strong on the inside. Davis now with 6 points tonight. Adam Woods now from the free throw line gets the friendly bounce to go. Up top here's Trey. And a reach-in foul called here on number 10.
Foul on the Owls, number 10. Max Davis is first. Chris Spence at the line for the Raiders. 2-2.
So we're still not sure who number 10 is, but we know he committed a foul. So the first one will be up and good there for Trey.
In for the Raiders,
10 points now on the night. Here for Spence. 8 of those 10 coming from the free throw line. The second one will be up, and it will be good. Nice job. Adamowitz from deep. Knocks down another three. Heffernan in the corner. Back to Luce. Now to Stanley. And now the reach-in foul will be called on number 5, Adamowitz. And that will be his 5th, so he gone. End of the night there for Jackson Adamowitz. As Garrett Stanley will now head to the line, shooting 2. And the first one will be up and good. So 3rd point of the night now for Garrett. Or pardon me, 5th point of the night. And the second up and good as well. Deep 3 this time by Carnes, no good. Stanley with the rebound. So he pushes it down court, now finds Luce. Back over to Garrett once again, 43 seconds to go. So a good win here tonight here for Wapahani. Offensively, much, much better from a standpoint of just being able to knock down shots. Back into the corner now, back all the way up top here to Luce. Get that on out of here, says Heffernan. So that will be the final score of tonight's game. It's 62 to 53. Wapahani now improves to 9-2 on the season, as they will be back at it in the county tournament starting on, I think that is Wednesday night. We'll get all the details for you again right back here in the post-game report coming up live here on the Raiders Live post-game after this break.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stoops Automotive Group game break. Final score here this evening as your Wapahani Raiders defeat the Muncie Burris Owls 62-53. Now Wapahani improves to 9-2 here on the season, 2-0 in MEC conference play, and good ball game. Had some different times throughout the night here where kind of got a little chippy. There's no question about that, but a hard-fought ball game. Good win here for us. Like I said, we played hard throughout. Great on the defensive end, offensively as well. Still would have probably liked to have seen us, do a little bit more on the defensive end as far as bringing some more intensity. I think they still had quite a few open shots, but some of that you just got to credit them. They did a pretty good job. So. The Raiders came out here, got a good win, though. Back-to-back nights, you get wins against Eastern Hancock and then tonight Muncie Burris. So now, you continue to build momentum going into county next week, which, like I said, is very important to be able to bring that to the table against a tough team like the Delta Eagles, which I think right now they are still 10-0 on the season. I don't think they play again until the county tournament game next week. So obviously they're off to a fantastic start to the season, ranked number 5 in Class 3A. So that's going to be a tough battle, which we'll get to the county tournament here in just a brief moment. But just to finish up here with tonight's game, Wapahani overall had balanced scoring really throughout. Drew Luce led the way here with 17 points, 6 rebounds. Evan Roush had a big 16 points, 2 rebounds, had 5 threes on the night. Also, Trey Spence got the start here this evening, played a great game, had 11 points, 2 rebounds. 9 of those 11 came from the free throw line. Also, here you have Garrett Stanley with 6 points, 4 rebounds. Braxton Davis with 6 points and 6 rebounds. Caleb Smith, 3 points, 3 rebounds. He was big time coming off the bench here this evening. And then Easton Heffernan also came off the bench here tonight. Played fantastic on the defensive end, especially 3 points, 2 rebounds. And then finally, Safani Buck, another defensive specialist here, if you will, 0 points, 1 rebound, played lockdown defense throughout the ball game. So, like I said, good job here on the offensive end tonight, not only shooting but also taking care of the basketball. Had 8 turnovers. Did a solid job there. We was 20 of 25, 80% from the free throw line, which, again, that's back-to-back nights of more than 25 or more attempts from the free throw line. And both nights we've knocked down 20 free throws. So a good night at the office here. Hope to continue this pace going into next week in a very tough matchup again there against the Delta Eagles, which we're definitely looking forward to that one. It's going to be a great matchup there. But take a look here. Wapahani will play on January the 9th. That is a Wednesday night. Delta versus Wapahani. All of the boys county action will be held at Delta. So just make sure all of you fine folks out there know that. All of the Delaware County boys basketball tournament will be at Delta High School. So we'll make our way over there on Wednesday night, January the 9th, 6 o'clock start time. The winner of that will play Cowan on Friday, January the 11th at 6 p.m. And then the winner of that game will then advance on to the Delaware County Tournament Championship game on Saturday, January the 12th at 8 o'clock. Again, the girls basketball team, I want to make sure and reiterate this. The Lady Raiders got the first round bye. They will play on Thursday night. They will play the winner of Cowan and Daleville Thursday night, 6 o'clock at Yorktown. So if you can, make the trip out there to Yorktown and watch the Wapahani Lady Raiders on Thursday night. The winner of that game will then play in the Delaware County Tournament Championship game Saturday night at 6 o'clock. So, again, that's the girls' basketball tournament coming up this week as well. So a very busy schedule for us. Again, unfortunately, we cannot broadcast any of the games. I know we've talked about this several times throughout the years. Really within probably the past 4 or 5 years now, the only way you can broadcast it is if you put in a bid, which you just put in a money amount. If the Delaware County Athletic Association accepts that, then that's what they'll go with, and then you get to broadcast the entire tournament. Well, obviously, we only want to broadcast Wapahani games, but it's $600-700 to potentially do this, and if not even more. I don't really know, but that was just a number that was thrown out to us before what it would take in order to possibly get that. So. Nevertheless, it's just a money thing. It's unfortunate. That's not really the way it should be, but that's the way it is, and you go with it. But so again, that's going to be coming up next week. We will be still there covering the games as, hey, band director Kevin Van Oak bringing us some pizza here tonight. Thank you very much there, sir. But hey, we got a little post-game snack there. You've seen Kevin there on the screen, so appreciate that. But again, we will be there for both the boys and girls basketball tournaments. So we will, unfortunately, again, not being able to broadcast, but we will still have score and stat updates throughout all the games. And hopefully root on your Raiders to quite a few victories and hopefully a couple of championship titles this season in basketball. So, folks, we appreciate all of our sponsors here this evening, and we appreciate all of you for joining us here this the past 3 nights. Got girls basketball on Thursday night, boys basketball last night, and boys basketball again tonight. So we appreciate you spending time with us. And again, we'll be back at it probably within the next week and a half or so with our next broadcast. But until then, folks, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thank all of you for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time here on the WHS Network.